After Dangerous Mission, Vincent's next big screen appearance was one much lighter in nature, the 1954 Bob Hope comedy, Casanova's Big Night. In it, Hope plays a tailor's apprentice named Pipo, who dons the clothing of famed lover Casanova in an attempt to steal a kiss from the widow Francesca, played by Joan Fontaine. He is interrupted in his scheme by none other than Casanova himself, played by Vincent Price. Pipo is thrown out of the room, but Casanova's tryst with Francesca is interrupted by a trio of men seeking vengeance for past wrongdoings. He fights his way free and escapes. It turns out, however, that Casanova is every bit as much of a beggar as he is a lover, and is deep in debt to the majority of the town. When they show up at his house the following morning demanding payment, Casanova trades his clothes to Pipo in return for a horse to escape. And that's the last we see of Price in this film. Pipo is then mistaken for Casanova by the Duchess of Castabello, who wishes to hire him to seduce her son's fiancée in a test of her faithfulness. The remainder of the film follows his antics as he attempts to win the Duchess's money to pay back Casanova's debt to the townspeople. He is aided in his quest by the widow Francesca and Casanova's servant Lucio, played by Basil Rathbone. Hijinks ensue, and along the way Francesca discovers the bumbling charm of Pipo and falls in love with him. A true star-studded affair, Casanova's Big Night is notable for horror fans as it includes appearances from a number of horror favorites, including Basil Rathbone, John Carradine, and Lon Chaney Jr. Price appears uncredited in this film, even though he appears right at the beginning of the movie in multiple scenes. We even get to see him sword fight, his second swashbuckling performance, similar to the scene he performed in a movie within a movie in His Kind of Woman. Vincent was already familiar with several of the cast members. He had previously worked with Basil Rathbone in the 1939 film Tower of London and would go on to perform with him twice more in the 1960s in Tales of Terror and The Comedy of Terrors. Rathbone also narrates Casanova's Big Night. Price would meet up with actor Lon Chaney Jr. again in the 1963 film The Haunted Palace. Lon steals the show in this film as Emo the murderer, who Pipo meets in prison.
Would you give me those beautiful clothes if I could get you out of here tonight?
Why, do you know something?
I have a secret tunnel. A very nice tunnel. Not too damp. Roomy.
Casanova's Big Night was directed by Norman Z. MacLeod in 1954 for Paramount Pictures. Though not the best Bob Hope comedy, Casanova's Big Night is still fairly enjoyable and worth watching for the number of horror film stars alone. Next up is more horror work for Price in the 3D film The Mad Magician.
Round and round go the lights and the sounds. Simon picks up speed as he goes. Simon goes faster by leaps and by bounds. Simon wins by a nose. Push green, push red, push yellow, push blue. Push till you're blue in the face. And just when you think you can match Simon's pace, there's another, Simon's brother. Super Simon's the name, and it's an exciting game. It's big and it's long and it's new and it's loaded with tricks. It's quicker than lightning, and he thinks faster than you. Super Simon's great sport. He's got 5 games inside, and each will sharpen your mind. You gotta move fast, you gotta decide, or get when you fall behind. Simon and Super Simon from MB Electronics.